Hey kids, it's Miss Sasha. Welcome back to art class. Today is going to be a great day. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and then we're going to draw the perfect size Louisiana black bear using the right size shapes. Oh, the supplies we're going to need today are going to be 2 pieces of white paper, a black crayon, and assorted colors as well. Here is a Louisiana black bear. You notice that not all of the black bears are black. Some black bears come in different shades of browns, blacks, maybe even a cinnamon color. They even call it blue black or blue brown. But our black bear today is going to be the shade of brown. Put your supplies in front of you, your 2 white pieces of paper, and grab your black crayon. We're going to get started like that, and your paper is going to be horizontal. That means wide. Okay? Put them down in front of you. We're going to get our hands together. We're going to get them all warmed up and ready to draw. We're going to do a few different hand motions. We're going to do them for either 10 counts or 10 seconds, and we'll decide that in a second. All right, get your fingers all ready. The first one we're going to do is going to be clap. We're going to clap like this. If we clap like this really, really fast, it's going to be too loud and too fast. Okay, we're going to clap just like this. Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. All right, the next one we will do will be a piano. Piano is like this. If you go really, really, really fast, it'll be hard to count. So we're going to just play like a slow, slow piano song. Ready? Goes like this. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. All right, let's put on our gloves. We have 10 fingers, and we're going to put our gloves onto each finger. Nice and slow, okay? Count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other hand, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo, your fingers getting warmed up? They should be with those gloves on. All right, the next one, let's do squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, like that, okay? You can do one or the other or both at the same time, okay? I'll do both at the same time. You decide. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. Do you feel your hands getting a little tired? Mine are too. It's because I'm working them out really good. All right, duck hands. Like this. Quack, quack, quack. You can do both at the same time or one at a time. Okay? You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we'll do 2 more. The next one, let's do windshield wipers like this. Okay, some people's windshield wipers might go like this. Either way is fine. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, shake it out. Shake it out. All right, let's do wrist twist will be our last one. It goes like this, okay? You can do one. Well, probably better do them at the same time, like this. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's shake it out. Our hand should be good and warmed up. All right, so we have our paper all set. We have it horizontal in front of us. I want you to go ahead and grab your black crayon. And we're going to practice some of the skills we might need in order to draw our bear. And since we're talking about Goldilocks and the Three Bears, we're going to draw some different size shapes today. And we're going to look for the shape that is just right. Okay? So we're going to draw some horizontal lines. Remember, horizontal is like a horizon line. It goes across the land. It's like what divides the sky from the earth, or the sky from the water, or the wall from the floor. So it's our horizontal line. So we're going to do a long horizontal line, which goes from edge to edge, or a large horizontal line. We'll do a medium, and we'll do a small, okay? So a medium would not go all the way. Look, didn't go all the way. Are you doing it nice and straight? Perfect. And we'll do a small. Look, this could be small. Could this be small? Sure. They're just right. All right. Let's go ahead and do vertical lines. Those are tall lines. They go from top to bottom. Remember, we'll do a long, a medium, and a short vertical line. Okay? Watch. Long vertical line. Maybe medium would be like this. Medium vertical line. And we can do a short vertical line. Look, I'm going to do mine very short. So we have 3 different sizes, right? Perfect. All right, so let's do, on our black bear, we don't really have any squares, but you might have squares in your background, okay? But we're going to practice our squares because we need to, right? So our squares will be, we can do a large square. Remember, your squares have all 4 of the same sides. Medium. And small. Some of you could have even done them inside of each other. Maybe we'll do our circle like that. Large, medium, and small. All right, let's do triangles. Look, I'm going to do it inside of my squares. Large, medium, and this one's really, really small. If you can't fit yours, you can do it next to it. We're just practicing. This is our practice paper. All right, how about we do, we're going to use a lot of hump lines for our bear. For his feet, for the inside of his ear, even for his body right here. So let's do a few hump lines. Large, medium, small. Makes a rainbow. And we'll do some triangles. Oh, we did triangles. Let's do an upside down triangle where we make our horizontal line first. And then we do 2 vertical lines because look at our bear's nose, right? And these are spots for eyes. You can practice those. Those are small. 2 little eyes. So we're doing everything that we're going to need to draw our bear in just a minute. Let's see. Look at these trees in my picture. They're much different sizes than the nose. So we're going to do some tall, skinny trees. Let's practice those. This is how I practice my tall, skinny tree. Watch. You can put a little horizontal line at the bottom of your page and a dot somewhere above it. And then you can connect those lines. Look, it's a tall, skinny tree. It's pretty good. Go ahead and practice a few tall, skinny trees on your paper. Maybe you'll do a large, a medium, and a small. As soon as you're done practicing, we can get started on our masterpiece. Watch. You can put your practice paper underneath your other one or move it out of the way. Okay, here's our paper. In the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, the bears in the story are a pretend family of bears. They do not act like real bears. They don't act like real bears do in the wild, right? But our bear is going to be a little bit more realistic. He's not going to look just like a real bear, but he's going to be more realistic than the Goldilocks and the Three Bears bears. Because if you remember, they live in someone's house. They eat at a table, they sleep in warm beds, and they wear clothes, right? But the bears in the story are fictional. That means they're not real, but they're made up characters to tell a really fun story, okay? The setting for Goldilocks and the Three Bears is in their house. The setting for our black bear is going to be in the forest, okay? So let's get started. In the middle of our paper, we're going to draw his little nose. His nose is an upside down triangle. So find the middle of your paper, okay? And draw a little line, not too big, because remember, this is his little nose, okay? Look at this bear's nose, right? Okay. Now to make a triangle, we're going to do 2 diagonal lines. We've practiced this a few times, remember? Okay. And go ahead and color in his little nose. Ooh, is it the perfect size nose? It is tiny. Okay. Do bears live in houses? Do bears wear clothes? No. Okay. All right. Let's make his little mouth. He's got a little tiny mouth, although he's got really big, sharp teeth. So do a little tiny vertical line and a little horizontal line. That's going to make his little mouth. Okay? Now, this is his muzzle or his snout, right? It's right in the middle. So we have to do a circle around his little face. I'm going to start above his nose. I'm not going to start way up here. This is too high. This is too low. Look. This is just right for his little muzzle. See? All right. We practiced making dots. So we're going to use dots for his eyes. Look, if we make them this big, he doesn't need big eyes like that. You can hardly see his little eyes. They're right above this circle. Look, here's a little dot. And here's a little dot. It's right above his little muzzle where his nose is. Okay. Now we're going to make his head. His head is a circle that's going to go around his eyes and around his muzzle. I'm going to start right up here above his eyes. Right there. Okay, and I'm going to go all the way around. If I make it this big, it'll be too big. We won't have room for our forest. Okay, look, I went around his eyes and his nose. It's a perfect size circle. You got it? All right, let's do his little ears. His ears are 2 hump lines, right? They're not on the side of his head like our ears. They're at the top. And they're not pointy like a kitty cat. They're curved like a little hump line. Watch. Hump, hump. 2 hump lines. Look at this bear's ears. They are humps. And in the inside, you can put a little hump. And then go ahead and color them in. Okay? So far, so good. We're missing a few things though, right? He doesn't have a body. He doesn't have any feet. Okay, we're going to make this hump line right here underneath the bear, okay? Watch me. It's not touching the bear, it's underneath the bear. Watch. And it doesn't have to touch the bottom of the page. Look, he's standing on a hill. Watch. Hump. See? Okay. Everybody look up here. We're going to make 2 straight horizontal lines. It's going to be the bottom of his feet. Watch. 1, 2. Everybody got it? Thumbs up if you got it. Perfect. Okay, 2 hump lines. We're going to make his big bare feet. You can't see them, but they're there, and they've got very big sharp claws. Watch. Hump, hump. Not right here, right here. And then there you can put his little claws. Look. You see that? Perfect. All right, so we're missing something. We have a floating bear head and 2 little feet on the ground. We need to make his body. His body is a big hump line. It goes from his feet around his head and his ears to his other foot. Watch me first, okay? Look, I'm going to start on his foot. I'm not starting at the very bottom, maybe right here. Watch. I'm going around his ears and all the way back to the other foot. Look, we have a little bear. He's perfect. Everybody have your bear? Okay, great. We're going to make our horizon line. That's where he's going to stand on this little hill, okay? It's going to go near his body, okay? Mine went kind of curved. If you want yours to go straight, that's fine. Don't do it way up here, then you won't have room for your forest, okay? Look at this big bear over here. It's a tall piece of paper, so it's a very tall forest. He's a Louisiana black bear. If you wanted it to be an Arctic polar bear, you just don't color him and he stays white, but you have to put him where it's very snowy and cold, okay? All right, so let's do our horizon line. Watch. I go from the left to the bear, stop. And from the bear all the way to the right, stop. I don't go through the bear. I go and I stop right next to the bear and the edge of the paper. Okay? All right, how's everybody looking? Great. Let's make our tall trees. If you can only fit 2, that's fine. If you can fit 3, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little rectangles for the trunks. I'll do 2 on this paper. Watch, here's 1 rectangle. Here's 2 rectangles. Remember, I showed you how to make tall, skinny trees? What? Go ahead and extend your line right here, right above the tree trunk on both sides. Put a dot up here, all the way to the top. Got that tree? It's a tall triangle. If I did it really, really tiny, it wouldn't be just right. This would be too tiny. We're in a tall forest. Look at these tall trees. All right, tall triangle. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, let's add some lines in our tree. Make a straight line up the middle. And you can do some little diagonal lines. These are like the little tree branches. Little tree branches. Okay. We'll add the sun and the flowers in a minute. All right. So we need to make our bear have some fur on him, right? Black bears are covered in shaggy fur, and it keeps them warm in the winter. They're very, very warm. They have lots of thick fur. Okay, so we're going to add some lines. Actually, go ahead and grab your brown crayon first and color in his muzzle. That's around his little nose. Very lightly. Just color in his muzzle. Brown. Keep your black close by. Good Good job, everybody. While you have your brown, go ahead and color your 2 tree trunks. Or 3, whatever amount that you have. All right. Put your brown down and go ahead and get your black. Okay, watch me. Not on his muzzle, but on his face, around his eyes. Make his eyes look like little sunshines. It's almost like he has eyelashes. And they probably do have eyelashes. But you don't want to get too close to a bear to check that out, right? All right, we're going to make our little tiny straight lines go around his face. Look how I'm going around his face. Like they're chasing each other. It's a little dashed line, okay? They're going around his face. It's making him look very furry. I'll give you a minute to go ahead and add fur around his face, okay? Just around his muzzle, okay? Did you know that the Louisiana black bear is the state mammal? It is the Louisiana state mammal. Let me think of another good fact about a bear. Black bears, they are opportunistic eaters. Can you say that? Opportunistic eaters. That means they take advantage of getting their food. They might look for food around campgrounds. They might look for food left in a park or garbage cans or picnics. They eat things like, they're mostly omnivores, and that means they eat plants and meat. So they eat a variety of things like grasses and roots and berries and fruits, insects, larvae. They love, love, love to eat fish. Okay, you've got your face hair. Let's go ahead and do his body, okay? When I did his body, I went around like this, all the way around. Little tiny lines, and then I had to fill them in, so I went around again, all the way around, little tiny lines. Am I coloring him in black? No. Okay, look, I still have space. Let me fill it in. I have some space. I don't want to have any bald spots on my bear. He'll get cold in the winter. Fill it in. There we go. I'll give you some time to add fur to your bear. Black bears have short claws, which makes black bears expert climbers. They really can climb trees. Where like a grizzly bear, he's got really, really long claws, so he's not a very good tree climber, right? They can run very, very fast, super fast, and then they run fast and then they climb up a tree. So don't think you can escape one. You'd have to climb up a tree. Nope, they're good tree climbers. Can't do it. Did you know that bears have super, super good sense of smell? They kind of stand up on their hind legs and they sniff the fresh air and they can smell good food from far, far away. So they stand on their hind legs like this. All right. How's your fur coming along? Is he good and shaggy? Will your bear be warm in the winter? Mine will. Look at this polar bear. He really has to have a lot of fur. He lives in the Arctic, right? So, black bears, they make dens in caves and in burrows. They spend the winter dormant in their dens, and they feed off the body fat that they've stored up over the summer. They don't really hibernate as much as some other bears do, but they do rest and they become dormant. So they're kind of maybe even lazy in the winter time. And do you know what baby bears are called? Raise your hand if you know what a baby bear is called. If you guessed cubs, then you are correct. Baby bears are called cubs. Okay, let's go ahead. We can add a few little flowers. All I did was a nice size, oh, my black broke again. A nice size circle, and I did some bump or hump lines or cup lines all the way around. I did 3 on this picture. You just have to do 1 or 2, and when you're done with your black, put your black away and go ahead and grab your brown. We're going to color in our bear. Remember, he's a black bear, but not all black bears are black. Okay? All right. So when you go to color in your bear, you just want to color him in lightly. Don't cover up the black. It might blend a little bit with your black, but that's okay. I'm going to color in my bear. I'm going to color in his ears, his head. We already colored in his muzzle. I'm going to color in his little feet and his whole body. Sometimes you can go around and around and around, back and forth, up and down, till your whole bear is all colored in. I'll give you a little minute to do that. There. Go ahead and get that brown. Sometimes I even add a little bit of darker brown around the edges to make him look like he has some shape, right? Maybe it's darker by his feet. Maybe his ears are darker. Looking good, everybody. Do you think you could show somebody how to draw one of these bears by using all of these simple shapes? I bet you could go home and show your mom or your dad how to draw a bear going through these steps. What did we draw first? Did we draw his ears first? I don't think so. I think we drew his triangle nose first in the middle of the paper. Okay? And then we drew his little mouth, right? We did that so we knew where to draw the circle, right? If we just drew a circle, it might have been too tiny for his mouth or his nose to fit in. So we drew that first in the middle. When you're all finished coloring in your bear, you can maybe grab some green. Any shade of green will do. And we can color in our trees. If you want your background to be more fall colors, you could do your trees with reds, oranges, browns, right? I'm going to just do mine with green. I'm coloring lightly with my green because, again, I don't want to cover up my black lines. But after I colored in my green, look at this. I just added some dark green to add more branches to my tree. See? I'm going to do both of them the same. Again, if you wanted your picture to be more fall, instead of putting flowers on the ground, you could put fall leaves on the ground, right? So if you had fall trees, then you could put fall leaves. Add some dark green in there. Perfect. And I went ahead and colored the ground green as well. I went carefully around my flowers. I colored this kind of back and forth, back and forth. And if you notice, I went back again with my dark green and I did some zigzag lines to have grass under his feet, grass under the flowers. If you wanted to do a stem, you could do a stem. You could color your flowers any color you want. And guess what? Your background can be whatever background you want it to be. Maybe you want it to be a rainy day. Maybe you wanted it to be nighttime. You could put a moon in the sky and some stars. You decide what color you're going to do your black background. I did mine a bright sunny day. That's why I have yellow in the back, right? So today was super fun. We talked about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. We made our own Louisiana black bear. We learned some of the skills that we need to draw these bears, and we did some great steps for you to teach your other friends and family how to draw a Louisiana black bear. You did an awesome job today, and I can't wait to see you next week.